You've chosen the top of the waterfall reading. You can find the timestamp in the description box below. I've brought us to Wells Grey today to see some of the most beautiful waterfalls in BC, and to ask the tarot cards a very Piscean question. What lies beneath the surface that needs our attention? Every new and full moon I take you into nature to spend some peaceful time close to the elements, where I tap into some advice for you using the timeless wisdom of tarot cards. Listen to your reading, think about what you want, set one intention.
Can't even explain how great it feels to chase a waterfall for a Pisces new moon.
And I'll see you here in 1 week for the half moon check-in, for strategies to help you stick to any new or full moon intentions you make today. Each of us is a Pisces in our birth chart somewhere, which means each of us acts Piscean in a certain part of our life. Where in your life do you put imagination, universal love, and mystery first above all else? I have Pisces in the second house of money and self-worth. Anybody here need a tarot reader? The Pisces part of you is having its yearly new moon this week. Enjoy your readings this week. Come back again next week. We'll keep trying together. Hello everybody, and welcome to your reading by the edge of the waterfall. So today's reading is mysterious just by nature because we are reading for a Pisces new moon. And the question that I'm going to help you answer today is what lies just beneath the surface that needs your attention in the next couple of weeks. In the heart of your reading, your energy is the Page of Coins. You're covered by the Knight of Wands and crossed by the Three of Cups. There is a burning idea that you need to make that you haven't committed to, and it's dragging you down. You've committed to everybody else, the Three of Cups, but you haven't committed to making this one burning thing. And I ask you, why? Why is everybody else more important? Why are your lists more important than making this thing? I keep hearing that there's 3 directions that you're being torn in, and you need to get it down to the one. You need to commit to the one priority. And I'm so curious why it's below the surface for you. So below the surface, in a Piscean sense, means in your subconscious. Why do you not want to look this thing that you're really destined to make, this thing that only you can make in this world? Why don't you want to look at it more? Why isn't it clearer to you? When I look in the recent past, I see the Four of Cups, and you are literally being handed a crystal clear bottle of water. Such a Pisces metaphor for this moon. And you don't want to look at it. You've got headphones on. And it's interesting. I get different vibes off these cards. In this case, I feel like someone else has put these headphones on you. I really don't think it's you that's tethering you. But when I look at the cards that are at the foundation and also crowning your reading, we have the Two of Coins at the base of your reading and the Six of Swords at the top of your reading. You are ready to begin to look at this burning thing inside of you that you really want to bring into your actual hands. I mean, it's burning. If you look at this Knight of Wands in the heart of your reading, this is the most energetic card in this entire deck. You kind of can't say no to this Knight of Wands. And you're leaving 3 people behind you, and you're crossed by 3 people. Now, I want to say it could be 3 individuals, but it could also be 3 priorities of any kind. But you definitely feel like you owe some people these 3 priorities. And when I look at the crowning of your reading, the Six of Swords, there are 3 people skating away. And again, interestingly, usually I identify more with the people skating away in this card, but I'm really getting a feeling for this backpack that's been left in the front. It's almost like a go bag. It's your survival bag. And again, if I look at the Knight of Wands who's roaring away on his motorcycle, and I see a go bag, and then I look in the near future and I see the Chariot, which is another card of travel, a card of movement, a card of play. It's also a card of cars. I kind of feel like you need to get away in order to connect with this destiny of yours that is solely yours, that is one priority, not split into a multiplicity of priorities based on other people in your world. I'm not getting any other trip cards. So for some of you, it could be that you could take a little trip away. But with Pisces energy, it's not so much about the thing manifesting in the world right now in the next couple of weeks. It's that you're diving below the surface in order to retrieve it. But I get this real survival mode need for you, that you're just leaking your essential energy out to people and priorities where you're unable to dive below your own surface. You're too distracted, you're too drained. There's too much on your plate, you're not getting sleep. I really am getting a message of time from the cards. When I look at the final column of this reading, it's flanked by 2 cards that are pointing to 10 p.m. So this is very practical. But what do you need to dive below the surface? You need sleep. You need to be in bed by 10 p.m. You need to have calmed your mind down by 10 p.m. So honestly, I think the quiet but really important message in this reading is for the next 2 weeks until the full moon, you should be withdrawing in this early Pisces season. I think you know what it is you want to commit to. I think you know what the thing is I'm talking about, even though I can't quite put my finger on what area of life it's in. Although I really feel like it's more in the area of work and what you do in the world. But your reading ends with the 9 of Swords, which is a card of worry, and it's a card of unnecessary worry. And as well, you're surrounded by the 5 of Coins, which is a real desperate, grasping energy. So what do you need to pay attention to under the surface is your fear. Because I honestly don't see any major obstacles to you pursuing one important priority to you. I think that you are blocking you, that you are making these people's demands or your work's demands or your family's demands much more weighty than they actually need to be treated with. I think you don't know how to prioritize yourself. I don't even think you think it's possible to prioritize yourself. And that is a lie. As John Vervaeke says, we're bullshitting ourselves when we tell us that. Because there is always a choice to be made, even if there's some choices we don't love. You could totally choose to prioritize yourself over these other commitments. Why do you not? What is it in your belief system? Your oracle card is the Pisces card, which says, I believe. What is it about your belief system that doesn't put you as the main character in your life? But at this moment, I see you as the 10 of Wands, which is the overwork card. I see you needing the 6 of Swords. You need these priorities to skate away. You need some rest before you can even tackle some of these very deep questions that I'm bringing up for you to ponder. So the surface is the rest. The surface is going to bed by 10 p.m., withdrawing from your day-to-day, knocking 1 or 2 things off your list so you can actually rest, so you can actually hear yourself and dive deep beneath the surface. And then I'd like you to make a list of your priorities. The ones that feel heavy on one side of the page and the ones that excite you on the other. Now look at the ones that are exciting you and ask yourself why. Why am I not doing these more often? Look across the page at your responsibilities and think, am I doing any of these responsibilities for me, or am I doing them for others so that I appear a certain way to others? What do I think about myself? Do I like myself this way? What's one thing I could commit to doing in the near future where I would feel while I do it like the person that excites me to be? Because I see some incredibly rich, playful, enjoyable experiences for you. I see it in your near future card in the Chariot. This is a very playful card in this deck. I see outside of you the Magician. You actually already have everything you need in order to pursue this one thing that's burning inside of you to try. And you're just stopping yourself out of a lack of belief, out of looking at yourself from the outside in, out of not recognizing, I want to say how powerful you are, but that's not quite it. You can take steps towards being the person you want to be. And it doesn't matter what others think. No, that's not quite it. What I want to say is that really great advice that I received from a therapist long ago. We think people are noticing and thinking things about us a lot more than they actually are. Everybody is really mostly involved with their own life and their internal landscape. So don't put so much on what other people might think. When you withdraw a little bit, put down some of your burdens, pick up what you would like to play with. So your challenge with this Pisces new moon is to commit to some rest, commit to some listening, dive deep below the surface, name your worries, look them straight in the eye, and remember what it is that really excites you to do right now and who it is that it excites you to be. Take a step towards it.